So, the rituals finally worked. I'm going to give my thoughts on the AC-8 trailer. I will not be going into all of the details. I'm just picking up things I find interesting. If you want a more in-depth look, there's lots of other videos doing that, I'm sure. I haven't actually looked. Don't quote me. Also, a quick side rant. Bandai Namco is putting lore on a website again instead of actually showing it in the game. Not that we can see the game, but I hope this isn't the case for the final game. But like, come on, man. Stop hiding lore. Stop making it difficult to figure out what the lore is. They keep doing this. They keep putting all this information and stuff that isn't in a video game. Just please stop it. Please stop it. First of all, we're establishing the existence of the Federation of Central Asia, which, as far as I know, hasn't been a thing in previous games. I'm guessing it's a future iteration of the ISAF. If I'm wrong, someone please let me know. Asia just can't catch a break. This continent has wars every, like, 5 years, it seems like. I'm not upset that we're back in this setting. It's totally fine. I like Asia. But I was kind of hoping for a different location. The invading force, however, is Sotoa, a country we haven't seen before. It's only existed in supplementary map materials for Strange Real lore. Maybe we'll actually have missions in Sotoa and we'll get to see it, who knows, but, you know, all we've got is this trailer. Anyway, it's fascinating that we're seemingly on an old carrier as a home base. You can see CV-15 on the uniforms here, and that is a very low number. This looks like an Essex-class carrier post-refit, since it has the angled deck. This is immediately selling how dire the situation is that such an old ship is being used. But this is just the first trailer, and we don't know if we're going to be on this ship for the entire game. Things could change, who knows. You can see very obvious civilians on deck, which means we have a refugee situation happening, plus very loud vacation man here with drinking a beer with a sad-looking lunch. That's not normal for carriers, at least American ones. I don't know. Someone let me know if other countries allow that. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with this guy, but hey, we get to see the mess hall. I'm kind of excited about that. Pinkie Pie over here is one of our wingmen. She is absolutely not dressed to regulation standards. I don't know how she's getting away with that, but video games. I guess we need waifus. Y'all need to not be horny for cassette anymore, I guess. Here's a new girl. Oh, Jesus Christ. It also occurred to me that the ship plus refugees plus ace pilot setup is basically Gundam 79, which is very cool, but also not cool because of how unoriginal it is. But I'm fine with it because it's still cool. Side note, go visit a museum ship if you can. This trailer is not selling how cramped these hallways can feel. Highly recommend visiting an aircraft carrier. I know there's Lexington in Corpus Christi, Texas. There's Intrepid in, I want to say, it's either New York or Boston. I don't know. I'm lazy. I'm not looking it up. But we have lots of these. Go visit a ship. So I have no speculation on who the mustachioed guy who we were on the life raft with, whoever that is. No idea. But this other Tony Stark looking dude is giving me Corpo Cyberpunk vibes. So AC-8 is taking place in 2029. We know that according to the website. So we're right up on the cusp of AC-3's events happening. I'm really curious if this dude is going to have ties to General Resource or some other entity that will lead into Electrosphere's events, or if Project Aces will be retconning the whole thing. We shall see. Obviously, this is stated in the trailer, but the Wings of Theve is a morale-boosting lie. It reminds me of the Ghost of Kiev situation from Ukraine, but if it was actually intentional. So the player character is inheriting the title. This, plus having what looks like a consistent squadron, is giving very AC-5 vibes, which is cool. We pretty much only see FA-18s in the trailers, as far as friendly aircraft. Plus the fact that we're seemingly, like, based on a carrier, at least in the beginning of the game. I'm curious if the aircraft roster will be limited at all. It would be in character if we can only use carrier-compatible aircraft, but I'm not willing to bet money on that. That would be very restrictive. This one shot of the Su-57 gives us a lot of information. First of all, this is probably the enemy ace. His call sign is Shadow 22 Ares, obviously. We can see indicators for wingmen, plus a little D-pad icon that could be for squad commands, and this little blank spot that might just be a second special weapon. It only took a dozen games, but we could finally be getting more than one special weapon, hooray! Also, Project Aces totally just watched Top Gun Maverick and thought, yeah, we should do that. It's a little corny, but hey, it's cool jets doing cool jet shit. Speaking of which, the rest of the trailer is basically that, jets doing jet things. We see what I'm assuming are Satoan officers, maybe they're leaders of some sort, not much to go on there, but the outfit designs are great. It's awesome that we're seeing things from the player's point of view. That's a really nice change to see for once. Also, not that we get to hear a whole lot of it because it's such a short trailer, but the music seems promising. Bamco rarely misses with music, honestly, so I got high hopes for it. Oh, and this scruffy blonde dude, he's probably Noise, who we see him with the helmet earlier in the trailer. Some people think he's Count. I really doubt that he's Count. He does not look like Count. It also doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to reuse him, considering that I'm pretty sure he's Ocean, and this is like a full 10 years after 7, and he's probably not flying anymore. However, I get the feeling Project Aces has a thing for scruffy blonde dudes. I don't know why, but it would be really, really funny and incredible if this guy like eventually becomes Abyssal Dijon from Ace Combat 3. That would be awesome. Anyway, we have a persistent squad. It appears like we're set up for a pretty good story. It's all very AC5 coded. I'm very excited to see how this is going to turn out. I'm sure the rest of you are too. I was not expecting this at the Game Awards, but I'm very pleasantly surprised. A quick channel update, I'm working on an Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies video, but I want to approach it from an angle that isn't just glazing it for being the start of the Holy Trinity. So it's proving to be a difficult project. I hope to get something out before the end of the year. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer, and I'll see you next time.